not saying that our plan is perfect. But we know we have a better plan than the Jamaica Labour Party where it comes to our school children. So comrades, are you ready? Are you ready? Time come, comrades. Time come for the PMP. Time come for the people of Jamaica. When I say PMP, I want to say power. PMP. PMP. One love, one heart, comrades. We have the flag there, we have the flag there. One love, let's get together. Thank you, DJ. I don't know what go on with the system, but I say to the laborers, I am giving you a warning.
One quarter rum and 5 grand can save nobody life. That is it.
So, comrades, you see all of this we are going through, we are going to make sure it's a count. All of this we are going through, we are going to make sure it's a count. And Mark Jefferson Golden, the next Prime Minister of Jamaica. The speaker that is coming now. Wow, this doesn't sound good. You know, cut and clear. This does sound good. The power is inching back up a little better. We have to work with this, Jensen. We don't work with this at all, madam. Go on. The wicked man them. Check the talker phone again. The talker phone still low.
Good no man.
But so who? Comrades, make some noise for the General Secretary for the People's National Party. Comrades, make some. Comrade leader, comrades all. Play again and start out the thing. Yo, the brethren who are in the car, they don't want to hear nothing from the car when they're up here. Nothing at all. Comrades, greetings. This is a serious process, you know. We are running to be government of a country. I mean, it's not joke business, a serious thing. And we are here to deal with the people's business. We're here to ensure that children can have a better future. We're here to ensure that people have a proper reason to vote, that we speak to them about what we will do to transform their lives. I vote for non-performers. We are here to give you reasons to believe that you deserve a better life. We have a parish like Manchester that is known for its agricultural production. And what we have taken place in Jamaica now is a betrayal of our farmers. We have a government in place that has caused our food importation bill to double over the last 9 years. When they came to office in 2016, the food importation bill was at $830 million US, and it has now gone to 1.6 billion US dollars. It has that can produce Irish potato well. Why is it that Jamaica is not putting our farmers to work to produce Irish potato so we can take that out of the food importation basket? That 55 out of every 100 Jamaican is not eating properly, not eating a nutritious meal. Farmers you have in the constituencies in Manchester that don't have storage when their produce come in. We have some agro parks that have in all of the infrastructure. And when you look at the agro parks across Jamaica, only 30% of it is under production, and it has all of the infrastructure. Somebody is not serious about agriculture. For agriculture, so we can put the focus on our local farmers and we can support them. We will put in place. To me, comrades, I know the microphone is so wonderful, but I want you to listen to me carefully. I know when people are trying to set me up. We have a government that started out along a road that said they won't allow PNP-ism back into the country. The Prime Minister said that. Then we had this deputy leader of the Labour Party saying they will never surrender Jamaica to the PNP. I want you to understand that people don't surrender from a position of victory. When you surrender, when you're under pressure, you throw in the towel. It's the same leader of that party that got up and said he don't need no opposition. After that, we hear of big gunfight in West Kingston, JP Bastion constituency. And we want to know who owns the warehouse where they found those guns. After the song about blood and fire, which is the theme song of the Salvation Army, that speaks about the blood of Jesus and the fire of the Holy Spirit, they want to twist that to suggest that we mean violence when we say that. I go on the microphone and say if they are behaving like that at the next election we need to get rid of them. They said that is somehow violence. What they are attempting to do is to set us up. And I want you, comrades, as you move around, let us remind them that we are the party that said the word is love. We are not here to fight against each other regardless of what color you wear. We fight against injustice. We fight against inequality. We fight against crime and violence. We fight against hungry people going to school. We come in peace. This is Jamaica land we love, and we not join labor right for mash it up. We are restoring dignity. We are restoring dignity. We want an intellectual leader that can think through the problems that's confronting the country. I am talking about Mark Jefferson Golden, a social justice champion. A few years ago, students were trapped in Ukraine. Bombs were being dropped. War broke out and bombs were being dropped. Mark Golden went in his own account, took out the money and sent it to the students so they could find their way back home to Jamaica.
Marky G, I know you are champion. Everybody wave on the right hand. Put up your fist. Hey! Marky G with the notes and none of them not like me. See them all like up, but that thing not slightly. Holding up, cut I got you because I love it.
thanking Christiana. And everywhere we go across this island, the people of Jamaica are ready for the People's National Party. My father came here in 1953. He was the first orthopedic surgeon in Jamaica. And when there was a polio epidemic, the government of the day put him in charge of the response, the medical response. And he built a center called the Polio Rehab Center. It later became the Mona Rehabilitation Center. I grew up around persons with disabilities. And so the next PNP government is going to establish a fund of $1 billion to support greater access for persons with disabilities, because persons with disabilities must be fully integrated into the life of their society. System in the country has been underperforming. Too many youths leaving primary school can't read and write and can't do basic arithmetic. We can't develop the country like that. We have to solve those issues. One of the causes of that, and there are several, but one of the causes of that is the fact that many children struggle to get to school and have lunch money. Parents are finding it so hard, and that children sometimes miss school because they don't have lunch money. That is why we are committed to spending $9 billion a year more on food, school feeding programs for needy children at primary and secondary school, so that each child in need will have at least one hot, nutritious meal a day under the PNP government. Parents who need that help. That a lot of children don't go to school every day. Some of them don't go 5 days a week, some go 4, some go 3. Because the parents struggle with the cost of transportation to send the children to school. And that is why we came up with the RIDE program. Now we have heard already about the JLP solution, in quotation marks, to bring in 110 buses, whole buses, to carry the children. We have grave concerns about that approach. We don't think it is workable, and we think it is very problematic and dangerous. Our proposal is to spend $1.9 billion a year to provide a subsidy to school transportation costs for children who need that help, identified by the schools themselves and social workers. That money will be spent amongst transport operators of the country, so they will benefit from that additional income to carry the children to school. Again, we are solving many problems with our solution. Poverty that transfers from one generation to the next in a family. A key to that is education. That is why we have the First in Family program. And I have to credit Senator Damian Crawford for this one. If you are the first person in your family to qualify for university or college, any tertiary institution, and you are struggling to go there because of money, the next PNP government will give you a full scholarship to attend university or college, and you can move yourself forward in life and help your brothers and sisters to move forward as well, so we can put an end. It's going to continue the great tradition of our party in providing affordable housing solutions for Jamaicans who need help with housing. We are going to build 50,000 affordable houses over the next 5 years. And we have identified and are identifying public lands that are not suitable for agriculture that can be made available for housing. Affordable price. We will not include the value of the land in the price of the house. So you're going to get a house for a price that is less than the value of what you're buying. You're going to get $2 to $3 million of additional value in your hand as an owner, courtesy of the progressive policies of the People's National Party. Your own home. These 2 years throwing the money in the trust, and we will allow you to get a grant. That is money you don't have to repay, $500,000, so you can pay down on your house and become an owner rather than having to live at home with your parents or being a tenant for the rest of your life. My Marky G brought the legislation to Parliament in 2015 to decriminalize ganja, personal use. No youth can be arrested and charged or locked up for a spliff or a draw weed or even a chalice. And we created the medical and therapeutic ganja industry. The Labour Rights won the election in 2016 and they mash up the thing. The thing has not progressed how it should. And small farmers can't be part of it right now. The next PNP government wants all ganja farmers to have a chance to become lawful producers of ganja for the benefit of themselves, their community, and Jamaica's economy. And we intend to do it by reforming what is there now and making it better. So people, for us to do all these things, we need to ensure that there's a government in which you can have trust and confidence. Right now, we have a government that has been racked with so many scandals. We heard about the used car stand. Those used cars bought for the police that were never delivered. And there have been so many. JPS, Petrojam rather, Nesal, CMU, the list is very long. The Prime Minister himself, who is taking the Integrity Commission to court, trying to set aside the very offense for which he is being investigated of illicit enrichment and destroy the legislation itself, which his government passed, although we designed it and we brought it to Parliament originally. And because he is under investigation for illicit enrichment, and the investigation has not been completed because the Integrity Commission did not get the information from him that they asked him to provide. They've sent it to the Financial Investigations Division. And now that institution has a new person in charge who is somebody who came on public radio saying that the Prime Minister has done nothing wrong, and somebody who doesn't meet the requirements for the job as advertised originally, which said you must have at least 12 years of law enforcement experience, 5 of which should be at a leadership level. All institutions supporting the good governance of the country. The country can't develop under the Labour Party government right now. The government has no moral authority to lead this country. Because if the head of the stream is not clean and pure, everything below will be soft.
Thank you. Come to victory. A new wave is coming to Jamaica. The orange wave is here. Our next meeting will be Albert Town Square, Wednesday, July 9th, starting at 6 p.m. We will be supporting Comrade Vicar McNeil and